So you guys, Cody Rhodes end up doing some heelish tactics during his match that he just ran out there and told Nick Aldis that if Drew want to fight him, then that he'll fight him. So you guys, what happened there? Of course, like Cody Rhodes ended up hitting Drew McIntyre, with the title. Of course, you guys, I was like, whoa, and that title hit was so dang clean, you can hear it bounce off of his head, and then Cody Rhodes like just do like what he did like bite Drew McIntyre, and I was like man, I was like heel Cody is crazy. You can tell like he was mad because you can see how fluffed up his hair was and everything, and he was staring and all that. And then of course Drew McIntyre kind of got back at him and all that good stuff, but the guys Cody was definitely like a different Cody that I never seen before. So I don't know if he's going heel or what, or a lot of people say he was going heel. I cannot really tell what's going on here. But especially though, like this other side of Cody that we've seen, and it's not like the hesitant Cody or anything. It's like everybody try to hesitate against Cody because like he's their friend and all that stuff, whatever. But Cody, he doesn't hold back or hesitate for anything. And even though with Seth Rollins, the guy that helped him win that championship, he freaking fought him. He freaking fought him. Like it was nothing. But of course, Seth did injure himself. You guys going for that diving coast to coast like headbutt thing. But who attacked Jacob Fatu? Now this was like right before the match. You heard like the people like who was it like security and referees or whatever the officials and all. And you just heard them, yelling back there. So who attacked Jacob Fatu? Now, of course, you guys, a lot of people are pointing the finger at Cody Rhodes and everything, go trying to, get Cody to that heel side and everything. That could be, that could play a factor into it. But then again, GM Nick Aldis, whatever, mentioned earlier in the night that Jacob Fatu versus what's his face, we're gonna be a number one contender match for Saturday night's main event. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen there, you guys. DIY, we haven't seen them in a couple of weeks, you guys. Same thing with Fraxium. It looks like we're seeing the tag teams back on TV once again. We did have the Motor City Machine Guns to defeat Los Garzas. Los Garzas just really need to, yeah, go like on what's that, AAA or something like that, because right now it's not looking good for them. Motor City done beat them twice in their debut match and the match last night. I was like, come on. I don't know what we're doing here. It looks like they're very directionless with Julia, because you got this match that's gonna be a overall DQ match, because we already know that Julia's gonna get involved when Kiana James fights Tiffany Stratton next week on SmackDown. Now, of course, you guys, I love this right here with Zelina Vega and Aleister Black. And, they were saying some kind of like mysterious stuff. I can't remember it word from word, but it was very interesting. I like to see, the husband and wife on TV kind of like thing, guys. It makes it a very interesting story. And I'm glad that they let Zelina talk, because they didn't really let Zelina talk like when she was a part of the LWO over on Raw, and then they gave her the title and nobody really cared, and then now she's with this character. It's definitely gonna make it interesting for her. So I'm glad with Aleister Black and Zelina. I'm very behind this. Now, of course, yes, you guys, you guys, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss retained those women's tag team championships. Now we know those women's tag team championships are cursed, so yeah, I think it's time for them to lose them before somebody gets hurt. So, of course, you guys, y'all know her as Mariah May right there in the pink, in the light pink, right there on the left hand side of your screen. She ended up, getting herself involved kind of like in a match by distracting Sol Ruka, because they're gonna be fighting next Saturday, you guys, for the I think North American Championship. So I think more likely she's gonna actually get it. But anyways, we'll say that for later on. Now, of course, we did have where Alexa Bliss tried to hit like some kind of Hurricane thing onto Zarya, but Zarya ended up doing like a counter kind of like thing, you guys, and actually following up with it. I love the Sol Ruka's soul snatcher that she did from Charlotte. I knew she was gonna do it right when Charlotte came up off the ground, whatever, and I was like, heck yeah, that is fire. But of course, the pin would get broken up by Alexa and all that stuff, you guys. I like the way how Charlotte supposed to have the ropes open for her, but of course she didn't open the ropes for her, and Alexa Bliss had to actually do it. So I was like, okay, cool. I was like, well, whatever. But like I said, Charlotte looks like, was looking like, or any like, hey, hello, anybody gonna open the ropes for me every time I get in? Because someone is always holding the ropes when Charlotte get in. I guess she's losing her aura or something like that. But yeah, you guys, it was actually very interesting. Now, with that being said, you guys, so Ruka and Zarya, I know soon enough they will split, but then again, you guys, we'll just have to see. So with so Ruka, you guys, I definitely know she's definitely a main event player. So is Zarya. Can't wait to see these you know, two fully on SmackDown. But I think that Soruga has to lose, the championships, however they're gonna do it, you guys. And Zarya, I would like to see her and Rhea Ripley as a tag team one day, but then again, you never can say never in WWE. But of course, y'all know her, Blake Monroe, Mariah May. Y'all know who that is. If y'all watch AEW, definitely the lady that beat Tony Storm across the head with a shoe. Yeah, that's her. Now, of course, you guys, Uncle Howdy. It was kind of like really interesting where we seen like the mask thing. Looks like it's the mask going over the eyes and then like the face kind of like down. I hope they're not changing Uncle Howdy's mask because I like the full mask. I don't want no half mask. Like that looks ugly, but Bo Dallas, was overall spooking out the MFTs, and of course they ended up, getting right there at the ropes, and they got four members on the Wyatt Six, and there's four members on the Wyatt Six. And of course, you got five on the men. So I think eventually we'll probably get the lady from LFG. I think her name is like PJ Vasa or something like that. If you guys don't know her, like please look it up. You'll definitely see who I'm talking about. That will fight Nikki Cross. But of course, you guys, looks like Uncle Howdy is back into the fray. Pretty much we got to set this thing up for War Games. That's gonna be the like toward the end of next month. So we're gonna see how that's gonna go. So Ray Phoenix did, Ray Phoenix was, getting beat up backstage and everything, where he got pummeled. I think it was Tomatonga or Tongaloa. He ended up trying to come out, and get his lick back. But of course, he didn't get his lick back. Simply because the MFTs was gonna beat him down. He got actually choke slammed by Talatonga. That's who it was. He got choke slammed by Talatonga in the ring, and Talatonga is like it's like the new version of Kane, in my honest opinion. So, with that being said, you guys, I'm wondering like, okay, the MFTs done laid out everybody, but yeah. Now this was my favorite moment of the night. And new United States champion Ilja Dragonov. Now, it was a report, you guys, that came out today of me recording this video on a Saturday at 5:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That it was Sami Zayn's idea to have Ilja Dragonov to win the United States Championship. Especially by him being out for a whole year and then coming back and then actually winning the United States Championship. I would actually like to have seen him win the Intercontinental Championship, but we'll get it one day. Of course, it was a distraction, of course, by Solo Sikoa, where Solo Sikoa ended up distracting Sami Zayn, and they put on a banger of a match, and Ilya Dragunov actually kicked out. I mean, he literally kicked out of the Blue Thunder Bomb, and I was like, wow. Now, of course, Sami Zayn did something here. I think he was frustrated or something. He actually, guys, definitely, freaking Sami Zayn and Ilya had a incredible match on SmackDown, and Ilya was definitely putting those hands to work onto Sami Zayn, and I'm glad to actually have Ilya back. And I think the last time he got injured was when he had came here And I remember him and Gunther actually rode in the car together, and they had like a match, and that was Gunther was like world champion like the very first time. And yeah, it was like last year in 2024. The Miz thought he was gonna be answering the open challenge, but of course Carmelo Hayes laid the beats on him. And I was like, well, I was like, sucks for you, Carmelo. And with that, you guys, it was actually incredible to see both of these two shake hands and all that good stuff. And Ilya, you guys, when that theme song hit, that was actually incredible. But kudos, you guys, to Ilya winning the United States Championship. Kind of wanted him to end up fighting Gunther one day, but now Gunther being injured, wonder when he's gonna return. I'll probably say more so at Survivor Series, if not Royal Rumble of next year. So Ilya got a great pop, you guys. Rating on the show, have to give it 9 out of 10. Till next time, you guys, Chris Wrestling.